Okay, so Blake, where do I find good deals? And how do I find them? How do I get on the list of all these brokers? How do I find and distinguish the good deals from the bad, but also build relationships with brokers that are going to be meaningful and lead to a long-term prosperity within the relationship, within that location, the brokerage, etc. You got to do what you say you're going to do. So when you build relationships with brokers, they're immediately going to be questioning you because there is a lot of looky-loos in all assets. There's a lot of people that want to do it, think they can, but are not tested. And so brokers, if you put on your broker hat, the key to understanding their motivations is just put yourself in their shoes. They work really hard to get a listing or even just the option to softly market something to get offers so that they can basically try at that point to convince the seller to sell. If you think you're going to come in and just be easily waltzed through the process and you really don't have a track record with brokers, setting aside investors, the brokers are working so hard daily to uncover these leads. So they don't want to take this listing opportunity to sell something and waste it on somebody that's not going to close. And so you got to understand, I think that one of the biggest things I've learned is you got to understand everyone's motivations in each step of the business, from investors to lenders, understanding the collateral to the brokers want to sell the deal and get paid. That's the bottom line. Then if they sell to you, they would love to, and you're easy to work with. You know, the whole thing where you go into like a car dealer and you haggle and haggle and haggle to where everyone's pissed off at the end. And there's an old joke that like, if everyone's pissed off, it's a good deal. Well, if you go in and you try to nitpick and you're a pain in the ass to work through a transaction on, you are going to hurt that relationship long term. They're not going to want to work with you. Now, if you're substantially the higher bidder and you're just a little bit of a pain in the butt, they will deal with you because you outbid everyone and then you came through and you closed. But you still have to prove that. Even institutional buyers that have all the money in the world, supposedly, if they are a pain and then get to the end of due diligence and ask for a big retrade or haircut or whatever you want to call it, price reduction, then the brokers are going to sideline them best they can. If everything's the same, apples to apples, they're going to work with the buyers that they really love to work with, respect, and know will close. And so that's really the ticket, is just do what you say you're going to do. Go into a deal. Don't nitpick and work through the transaction. Be reasonable to deal with. We've had big sewer problems, big water leaks, all sorts of things while we're in escrow. All I do is ask them to fix it versus getting a big price reduction. I then go deeper on my due diligence with our engineering team, our sewer and water techs, and electrical. I make sure, double check if something breaks while we're in escrow, that I'm not uncovering something larger, bigger issue. But you just work through it, be workable, do what you say you're going to do, and close. The minute you close a deal with that broker, you now have solidified a relationship that's meaningful that you can then build on over time. And so whenever I get a chance to work with a new broker, I'm stoked to perform so that I can then build a long-term reputation and working relationship. And what happens is that broker now will start to sell you or send you and then sell you more deals. So that's kind of our secret sauce. And it's not a secret. You just do what you say you're going to do and buy and close. All right, if you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, and check out the description below for our websites listed. Thanks a lot for joining.